Describe the moment you first felt God calling you into ministry.
Man, actually, it was at 5 years old. 5 years old, I tugged on my mother's dress to tell her that I want to do what that man up there is doing.
Wow.
And the church shushed me. They hushed me. They told my mother to make me be quiet. And that began my revolt against God. I said, there's no place for my voice as a kid in your church. Then there's no place for me as a person in your world. And so, man, I made a decision at 5 years old to run as far away from God as I could. Everything in my orbit did not match what had been communicated to me about this God. And so a church that had no place for my voice represented a God that had no place in my life. And so that's what made me run from God as far as I could, is a church that tried to silence me.
Really, at 5 years old, you recognize that. Wow.
Man,
so what what were some of the rebellious things you would do? I mean, did your mother stop going to the church?
No, man. I come from a upwardly mobile middle class family. My father was a preacher. Had his first heart attack at 29 years old. So again, I from an early age, man, I developed intimacy and relationship with God, because in my mind, my prayers was what was keeping my father alive. So when I would hear preaching, man, it would stir something inside of this little 5-year-old kid, man, and I would be moved to tears. I would be just intellectually stimulated in a way that, again, was beyond explanation. But then when I started to partner my father's sickness with the church's need to silence me, it became the perfect storm for me to select to never serve this God again. And so, man, I ran to the streets, this upwardly mobile, middle class young man. Man, I was acting out, man, wilding out, because I'm from the east side of Detroit.